On a hat on a cat.
Welcome to Dr. Seuss.
Welcome to Dr. Seuss.
um, Hi, everybody. Welcome to Galesrian's Greatest. We're
Oh,
running through Tales of the Witch Boy. My name is Emma. I am the GM of Galesrian's Greatest. Blah, 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 blah. Galesrian's Greatest.
I was thinking Dr. Seuss.
It's true. We were talking about the Cat in the Hat, so now I think we're the Dr. Seuss stream.
Yep.
Welcome to our Dr. Seuss one shot. I'm gonna play
Honestly,
the Cat in the Hat.
honestly, has it been done before? No. So here's our niche. Our
Oh,
niche. Our niche. I think that's the way to say it. All right,
Nietzsche. Wait.
Nietzsche.
What are we doing?
I don't know. Welcome to our show, whatever the heck it is. Happy Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
I hope you all have a nice Valentine's Day with the special someone, and if not with the special someone, then it's so gross. Ugh. Well,
With a
I'm
special
just kidding.
stream of Pathfinder
With
2.
Yay! um, if not with the special someone, then with the people that you love in your life, send them a message. Yay!
They're
Shoot
special.
your
Send them
shot.
a single emoji.
someone's.
A single cryptic emoji.
Yeah. Um, well,
Tell them Happy Valentine's Day tomorrow.
don't do
Ooh.
No?
that.
Okay.
Don't do what I did.
Yesterday would have been great too. Like, don't even worry.
Yeah, don't.
Tell them Merry Christmas. We're deep in it.
I had a date the other night, and I told them, well,
I didn't want you to
It's a
dredge
weird
up
thing
your
to tell somebody. Well,
embarrassment. Yeah, that was just an inside joke for us.
Okay, cool,
But
love it.
get the audience involved.
No, it's all good.
Can we do a poll?
Stop.
Where's the next date going to be?
Everyone, put in your money and see where this next date is gonna be.
um, moving on. So we are playing through Pathfinder 2, Pathfinder 2nd Edition. It's an awesome game. If you're not into it yet, you should try to get into it. It's super cool and super fun. And we are currently playing in the homebrew world that I am designing, creating kind of as we go, kind of a lot of the lore of the continent that we're on has already been made, created. But I don't know, it's kind of fun. Hello, Inklander. Hello. Anyway, so yes, we are here in Saga Gesa, and you have all. Michaela, would you give us one of your recaps, please? Do you mind?
Okay.
Okay,
Not at all.
thank you.
Okay. So, last week on Tales of the Witch Boy, the group decided to, against maybe some of our better judgment, go and meet up with Chloe and Mark at their hut to see what the heck was the deal with this ship that was clearly beyond their capabilities to run. And Lyshija did her diplomatic thing that none of the rest of us were really all that capable of, and got the info that we needed. So what we discovered was that Hannah is awkward at flirting, and also that this group of folks that Chloe and Mark had belonged to were actually refugees of the war that took place in Flaybrush. They were rescued in a somewhat haywire mission by the affluent, or formerly affluent, Sir Gandry, who was a gnoll who essentially escaped servitude in Flaybrush, stole a ship by the name of the Bonito, and went to the human lands to join their armies and fought on the human side of the conflict. At one point, he did go on a rescue mission into Flaybrush. However, he was tricked by the folks running the camp when they swapped their uniforms onto those who were actually prisoners, and they accidentally, unknowingly at the time, killed a lot of the folks that they were there to rescue, and only escaped with a few. The few who did escape wound up limping their way into where we are now. So Chloe and Mark were basically keeping an eye on the ship, while the remainder, including Sir Gandry, are in hiding somewhere in the forests of Sagagesa, presumably nearby. Chloe did offer to introduce us to Sir Gandry, which was a little bit bold, which Lycia did point out. So we decided to maybe reconsider that one in the morning when she'd had a chance to talk to Sir Gandry about it, and we had some time to have a rest. Chloe had no information about why the fish are gone, but we went back to the boat and unfortunately ran into some carbuncles. However, we did manage to fight off the carbuncles, and that's where we ended our session.
One clarification question.
Mhm.
Mark and Chloe, were they? I was under the impression that they were former soldiers under Gandry. Were they?
So they actually were refugees that survived in that horrific event.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I explained that last time, but also I think that Chloe would have explained that.
Yeah.
I think that our dear Remy did ask her whether or not she'd fought in the war, because he was very impressed.
Mhm.
However, she did say that she was no soldier, but I wasn't 100% sure if she was a prisoner or if she just happened to be there, if she was like a worker in the camp or what. So
Mhm.
And what was the name of the ship again?
the Bonito.
I just
Thanks.
wanted to say it again. Okay, cool.
Could you repeat that? I didn't quite catch it.
Yeah, actually, it's currently called the Ecachalotopia, but in truth, it's the Bonito. So
Wonderful.
Thank you. All right. What would we like to do? It is nighttime. Are you catch a lot of bonito?
So
That's
I
good.
was
Thank you.
wondering,
Um,
could I get some magic?
Oh
Because
yeah.
some.
I'm bleeding
Oh yeah.
a lot.
So we are like
badly.
in a
Is it deadly right now?
like Hannah's not doing great.
My puppy is right next to you. That if you were injured enough, they were going to try and heal you using the kit, I believe. So I have to make a check.
Okay.
If I'm, you see the little wooden stick man, which is about this big with its paper cape. Take out the healer's kit and with surprising dexterity, try and patch your wounds. It has no thumbs, so it's kind of crazy how fast this thing is moving.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean down to let it get better angles because it is less than a foot tall.
Yeah, it's real tiny.
All right. It's carrying this
Um,
healer's kit bag. I'm just gonna sort of like lean my shoulder in and be like, okay.
okay. It is a kit of medicine checks for administer A, treat disease, treat poison, treat wounds. Is this a treat wounds type situation, do you think?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
This would be. Yeah. I think so.
Also, I'm going to take just a quick moment to say, Mike, bouncing back after not feeling so great. So,
Oh, thank you.
We're all going to have to share the role
Wow.
of rules lawyer.
I'm a horrible
Wow,
GM. I
okay.
did
Oh
not.
no, we're gonna go off the rails.
Yeah, everybody. I forgot to mention. Thank you, Don. Mike is
I got
out
you.
today. I was
Yep.
not feeling super well, and so we are down our typical rules lawyer. So we will do our best.
Bless his soul.
Yes. Okay. I believe it is treat wounds. Yes.
I got a 16 on the die, and Lishijia's medicine is +4. I don't actually know what
The
the.
DC is a 15.
Okay, so regardless, they make it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Are
How much
oh, go ahead.
do I heal? This is where we could have had Mike.
It's going
What
to
was your question?
be
How much do we heal?
I don't know if does my medicine score transfer to my
You regain. What was your?
2d8.
Yes. And
to,
the wounded condition is removed.
ooh, I'll roll 2d8.
Okay.
Public roll. Ooh, 8.
That is not bad.
Yeah, I'm at 19 health now. I'm barely over half.
Oh boy.
You see this tiny puppet like wave his little hands around, and in the flurry, somehow your arm gets bandaged, and then it turns into the end is tied into a little bow.
Love it.
Oh, actually, Craig,
What's up?
I have a bone to pick.
I don't see anything broken.
No, I thought you and I were like allies here, like Marshall. And
Yep.
like, what? You have magic too?
Oh, the mouth lightning. No, that's it's magic, but it's like I got it from my great.
It still feels like magic to me.
Great. Yeah, it's kind of magic, but I only have it a little bit. That's about it though. I can shoot lightning once every D4 rounds.
I got it from my mama. I got it. Sorry.
Godfather, Leshidia, can you teach me magic then?
We'll see if you have the aptitude, dear.
Last time I heard words like that was when I started working on the fishing boat.
Don't you I don't know if maybe I'm wrong, but like don't you have don't you have the bones that you throw? I mean, isn't that kind of magic? Maybe.
No, that's just reality presenting itself in front of me.
I mean, but
Deep.
I mean, not everybody can like understand. I mean, I can't understand that. I mean,
I don't know anything about bones unless they're reanimated after death. So
Remy, I'm gonna let you in on a secret. You can't tell anyone else.
okay.
I'm guessing.
Oh no.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's just like a gut feeling. Like
the the oracle who doesn't know that they're an oracle.
I like I don't know. I learned how to read 5 years ago. I'm almost 30.
I mean, me too.
14. 12.
So we're going to enroll them both in school when we get to the Whispering Marshes. They will be in the same graduating class.
Let's go.
When I started working on the fishing boat at age 6, my mom said basically, school wouldn't be worth it for you. So
Yeah,
I'm just using the strengths I have. My siblings.
You have a lot of strengths.
like a lot of strength.
A lot.
yeah, you're like really strong.
Everything in this stretching out my arms, 5-foot space I can affect. And if I had a long pointy stick, maybe like 10 feet.
Do you want a long pointy stick? Will that make you feel better?
Well, no, I'm just like, if I'm asleep, and I sleep probably like 6 hours a day, that means there's at least 10 hours of the day that I'm affected.
By
Yeah, Craig's going to hold up his 4 fingers on his hands and try and do the math. There's 10 hours.
No,
And
but that's
6.
not the point here. Like, if I'm asleep, if I'm getting stitched up by a puppet that's moving by magic, like, I'm not any use. Like, even then, like, only thing I did really good that last fight was get bitten a lot.
You
Anna?
kept us from getting bit, though.
Yeah, you got all the bites so that we could take him out for you. We couldn't have done that without you. If I'd have gotten bit, I'd be a goner.
You're like the decoy.
Great.
You are the hull of the ship that keeps us afloat.
I was under the impression you didn't want us to get hurt, Miss Hannah. Are you reneging on your former comment?
I'm really annoyed because like I feel like if I knew magic, I could help outside of just getting bit a lot.
Tell you what, your bones. They're divining bones, yes?
I mean, I didn't know the ferret's name before I killed it, but it could have been Divine.
I'll show you how to use them. How's that sound?
Okay. You know how to read bones? Why haven't you been using these?
Well, they're your bones, aren't they?
I mean, I did kill Divine.
Would you like me to help you?
Yeah, I think I would.
All right. Later. How's everyone feeling?
Yawn.
My teeth are
It's been a
tingling.
long day.
Yeah, I'm
The
kind of
lightning.
tired.
Makes my teeth
Oh,
tingle.
yeah.
Is there a way we can get the other side?
The other side of...
Oh, my back,
The bites.
my arm. It actually got me in the ankle too.
Oh, yes. Puppy! The thing starts to dance again, holding out the... Just like waving around the gauze like it's ribbon.
Dancing.
Just dancing around.
I love
Puppy will
this
take
thing.
care.
So
Puppy, go help her.
treat wounds. You're immune to it for an hour, so you're gonna have to bleed
Yeah.
out a little bit, and then the puppet can see to your wounds after.
I
an hour.
assume this was mostly cosmetic because you're not dying right now, right? You're good?
No, I have a whole 19 hit points out of 36.
If I had to quantify my health right now, I think it
I'm
would be
feeling
around
like 19 over
19.
36.
Yeah.
It's like a little, like just a smidgen above half.
There we go.
Well, my mom always said that it's good to get a good night's rest, even if you are hurt, because the body will heal just a bit overnight. Also, the heart. She said something about the heart. I don't know.
Like,
Your
I
mom
don't-
sounds
I
really
can't
smart.
measure this. It's like
She
a
was really
foot of
smart,
work over
yeah.
here.
He's like bandaging you as best as can. It's not doing anything like mechanically, but it is trying to cover you.
Did they? They did not offer to allow us to sleep here. I do remember Hannah offering to stay the night, right? So we weren't allowed to sleep at Mark and Chloe's.
Correct,
She doesn't
but
even
you can
appreciate
stay on the
flowers.
boat.
Okay.
And there
Gwen,
was
what
some
was
space
that?
down below decks.
She doesn't even appreciate flowers. I think honestly, Chloe's a lost cause, and I think she might be married, like for real married, not just a fake marriage.
You know what? You're worth more, Hannah. You're worth more, okay? You deserve more than just half of a person, okay? I think that she did not seem ready to really give her full self to you, and I think you deserve more than that.
If she can't take care of a handful of flowers, how's she gonna take care of you?
Darn
Wait.
right.
She looked like a whole person when I saw her.
Well, no, but I mean, like, metaphorically, like her heart, her feelings, her love.
I
I think you deserve more than that, Chloe. That's all that really matters here.
Oh, well, I didn't know you felt that way, Sagatha.
I'm only 3 feet tall, so I am not more than Chloe. But
No, I get it. Sorry.
but the point stands. The point stands.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a perception I can roll for like how into this Hannah is?
Yeah, give me a perception again. This is like a sense motive in Starfinder. I think it's against
society.
Will. I think Will DC. This is just perception. Yeah.
I believe so.
Okay, just for fun. Ooh, 23.
You know, like it's nice to feel wanted.
You can be wanted in more ways than just romantically, Hannah.
Yeah, I have a poster for it at home.
What's
You're
on this
wanted.
poster?
By
I
who?
mean,
Are you being chased?
Are you a
oh,
criminal?
not here. I killed off most of the people who were following me. It's fine. That was a couple years ago.
Okay. What's the statute of limitations on murder in Sagagesa? Can I do a society check?
Not in
Yeah, do I know this?
Sure.
It was back in
Yeah.
Flaybrush. I spent
Okay.
a lot of time over there. Yeah.
Old pirate saying I heard once. What happens in Flaybrush stays in Flaybrush.
That is what they say. Mhm.
Whew.
There's certainly very
Small
many,
world.
very many pirates in Flaybrush to say that, I suppose.
Well, there's less now. But yeah.
Much less, apparently.
Hmm.
As long as you keep killing the people who are following you, I think that we'll be in pretty good shape if we can make it to the Whispering Marshes on that.
I feel like we should circle back to this conversation at some point because it does feel pertinent to our investigation. But I do agree that we could come back to it later.
Maybe don't tell the pirates hiding in the forest about your adept skills at pirate murdering, though.
Also, Remy, you heard none of this.
Oh, yeah.
Remy is old enough to hear
Good boy.
about murders. How old are you again, Remy?
You're a good boy.
I'm 11 3/4.
See, I killed 5 people by the time I was 11 3/4.
Hannah!
And I saw 20 people get murdered. You're fine. You're just fine.
Jesus.
Oh my
I'm gonna
gosh.
go to
Um,
bed now.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
go to bed with
bedtime.
that
I'm
in
gonna go
mind.
with you.
Don't let the carbuncles bite.
Okay.
It hurts.
Good night.
Night, Remy. It's a good kid.
How many hammocks were down in the below decks?
Oh, plenty. There are, yeah, enough for everybody. And more.
Is it possible for us to do watches during the night without having to sacrifice full rest?
Yeah.
Okay.
If everybody basically go, yeah, it's doable.
Okay.
Just like a
Lishi,
couple hours each.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Lishi feels more comfortable if there was watches for this one night.
Yeah, Craig will take first watch. He'll stay like on the stairs, going like at the edge of below deck. He's just like keeping like scanning the eyes above the deck to stay hidden. But he'll take first watch.
Nice.
Craig,
On the way downstairs, I'm gonna actually stop by Craig as he sets up post. Hey, Craig, I think Remy may need some toughening up. I mean, it's been a pretty brutal journey.
Yeah, I'm amazed that he's kept his boyish wonder so well. When he saw us murder those cultists and those panthers and those plant things, and you almost died, and so Sagafa almost died, and then I almost died, and we had to carry Sagafa's body in the cauldron. So
You
yeah,
think he'd have PTSD or something?
hopefully this doesn't interfere with his development in his mind.
He's
as he gets
11.
older.
The next time we have to kill somebody, instead of fully killing them, we just catch him and we let Remy finish him off. That way he gets
Sure. Once he does it once there's an old pirate saying, my captain always says, once you pop, don't stop.
What a great Valentine's Day episode.
You've been
Murder
using,
and
like, nets and ties, right?
Of course, yes. I'm very talented with ropes.
All right,
Yeah,
I'll grab him if you tie him up, and we'll get him taken care of. Okay?
yeah. Maybe if we just tell him too, like, hey, that person you hit, they died later.
oh my god.
We tough him up. Instead of just letting him sit around in the camp and gaze into the fire and contemplate his magical prowess, we could, play act what it's like to kill him. We could do a little performance.
So dark.
If they didn't die, I don't.
Well, we pretend like we make him think he killed one of us in a duel, and then after a couple hours we bounce up and like, this is what it's like.
Are you volunteering to die in a duel for him?
I'm
Metal.
I'm pretty good about laying around looking dead.
But I don't
You
want
know,
you to
I
do
also
it.
am pretty good at looking dead. Not that I'm volunteering. I am just gonna say, wake me up when it's time for my watch. I don't think I have the emotional capacity for this right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go
I
to
don't
bed.
think Remy would want to kill Sagatha.
Licia, were you gonna say something to Krieg too?
Yes, I'm like at the bottom of the stairs listening to this because I want to talk to Craig as well. I don't think any of this is conducive to Remy's development.
True, maybe, but like what are the people at the Whispering Marsh is going to teach him that we can't teach him when he gets there, and he has a leg up on the other witch boys.
There are no other witch boys. That's why Remy is special.
Oh, that's right. Well, this will set him apart from the other witches.
He's already set apart from the other witches.
Oh.
He is already set apart from the other witches.
Well, like you have to have a thing, like a thing, like there's.
He does, Craig. He does.
Well,
yeah.
We don't want him to fall behind.
And I think he had parents back home too, so it's like 7 parents right there.
Yep. How many people can say they were in such a lively family unit as us?
Then having 7 parents can be his thing. I don't feel the need that we dueling him.
No. I was just gonna let him slit the throat of the person we capture.
No.
I thought mine was a nice compromise between not doing that and doing that.
He doesn't have to slit the throat. He can choose any body parts he wants to stab.
No.
We make him choose?
He's 11. He will have this choice naturally. We don't need to force it on him.
So you do admit that he is going to be a killer?
He's not going to be a killer, but he's going to be forced to make a difficult decision considering the journey we had thus far.
All right.
It seems like Lashigia has it discovered, so I'll let her capture, like, do the training and raising him.
However you want us to toughen him up for the greater world, I believe in you, Lashigia.
Yeah, well, I mean, she's smart, and I'm not.
I'm sure both of you have plenty of things to show him. I just don't believe that slitting the throat of an enemy we capture in front of him is going to be a part of it. Do you want
so
him
we should
to be...
blindfold him?
Maybe. We'll talk about that one. That maybe.
Okay.
Craig.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you would allow me to have first watch.
Oh, it's kind of my thing. We were talking about, everyone has their thing, and like first watch has kind of been my thing since we left by Kisi.
Well, how about you both have first watch? I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I'll take the first watch with you, Lashigia. We can hang out. We can, talk about parenting styles. I can tell you how I grew up on Dervsbury. I can teach you how to tie knots.
Sure. All right. Good night, Miss Hannah.
Yeah, good night, Hannah. Sleep well. Hope your wounds stitch up nice.
Oh, if you are in need, if you find your wounds... Actually, I take my fan, it pops out of my hand and it turns into a poppet again, and I give him my other healing stance. Like, if she bleeds in the night, tend to her. And it does a little dance and follows you to your bed.
Well, I'm not even sure I'll need 10 to me. Maybe 5 or 6, that'd be fine. But yeah, thank you for your magic puppet thing.
It dances as it follows you.
Eska is thoroughly intrigued in this dancing puppet and is trying to copy it by like spinning and Yep.
Good thing we kept our voices down when we were talking about all that.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Have you ever thought about killing somebody?
What?
Who is Hannah talking to?
Remy, have you ever thought about killing somebody?
Hannah, go to bed.
Remy's
Let
like,
the boy get some sleep.
what?
This poor child. No, we're not killing any. Remy,
Have
don't
I
listen
ever
to
what?
her, okay?
What?
Just go,
Thought
honey.
about
Don't
what?
even worry about
Unless
it.
he is in charge of the murder. All right.
I'm gonna go back to bed. I'm tired.
Good boy. Yeah, good boy, Remy. You just get some good sleep.
Did somebody just ask me a weird question, though?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
I never
Gaslight him to it.
He's gonna be messed up.
He goes to sleep. I'm gonna fast forward things a bit. The night passes uneventfully. Everything is relatively safe in this village, seems. And the boat is creaky and old and probably a little bit uncomfortable, but it's safe.
My
And
childhood.
what's that?
It reminds me of my childhood.
Oh, God.
um, and the night passes uneventfully. You wake up in the morning to the sun coming up over the lake, and Chloe comes to visit all of you and says, I think she's looking for whoever's up, awake, and ready to talk. Is anybody up when the sun comes up, or is everybody sleeping?
I probably had last watch, and I got like a thread and needle, and I just started trying to stitch open or close my own wounds.
Okay.
Stitch open.
I mean, I haven't rolled the check yet. It could definitely.
That's fair.
The papa keeps trying to help you.
I got a 6.
Oh,
Okay.
there's a critical fail. Let me look with that.
It would be a 15 is
Not a
the
critical
DC.
fail.
So almost a critical.
Almost a critical fail. Not quite though.
Agafa is definitely an early riser.
Okay, so I think Chloe would approach either Hannah or Sagafa, whoever's awake, and say, or both of you, just say, hello, I actually spoke with Sir Gandry last night. I walked into jungle, to where they have their arrangement set up, and Sir Gandry would be open to meeting you if you and your friends would like to meet him. I don't know if that's something you're interested in. If it's not, that's perfectly fine. Then we can go on our way and try to catch some fish and work our way up to wherever you need to go.
What did you tell Sir Gandry about us?
Oh, I simply said that there were some nice folks who might like to meet you and know a little bit about you, or who might know a little bit about you. That's really all I mentioned.
Why do you want us to meet Sir Gandry so much?
Oh, I don't have a preference. If you would like to go on your way, then that would be wonderful, and we can get in the boat and head up toward wherever your destination is. But I'm assuming a Calafia, but yeah, either way works for me.
That's definitely that's definitely the direction we're headed in. You know, I this is not a decision for the two of us alone. So
I mean, I can make my own decisions. I used
right,
to.
but not for the whole group. You know what I mean?
True.
I
mean,
can.
Shiji is in charge of the murder. Can we leave this one up to Greg?
How about a little democratic vote? I hear they do that in some places, where everybody has a say, and then you vote, and you decide yes or no together.
But would the more powerful people get more sway?
I don't think that's supposed to be how it works, but I mean, I don't really know much about it. I grew up where there are kingdoms, so
Remy appears out of the hold and just says, "Yeah, I heard there's this thing called the Electoral College that like sometimes just like fucks things up." I'm sorry.
Now for the political intrigue portion of the adventure. We're going to dismantle
I put
it.
Remy on your shoulders, Sagatha. You'd be almost as tall as me, so I should have double
I
your
don't-
guys' boots. Yeah.
okay, fine. If we're gonna be making heightist arguments, then maybe anybody who is smarter should get more votes, huh? How about that? Does that sound good to you?
Sure. I literally do not have the brain strength to come up with arguments for that. So yeah, smart people get more votes.
Okay, fine. Then Lee Shiji definitely gets the most votes. We should talk to her.
In charge of
This
the
is-
murder and voting?
This is not a statement on the Greatest Guardians Gaming Network's opinions on how voting should be run.
Dang.
All views expressed are
And-
those of the
and
And she
players.
knows magic.
Shaiji's pretty darn smart too, so I if anything, both of us should not have any votes in this system.
Does
So,
Hem do the
I'm-
vote? He's got like that silent intelligence.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Maybe we should. I don't know. Oh gosh,
Chloe-
I don't know.
Chloe
Remy,
jumps
you're
in.
smarter than me, right?
Chloe just
I
walks
don't
away.
Okay. I'm gonna go try to wake up the crew members who are not already awake.
Okay.
Hey, Sagatha, I've been trying to
Yes.
figure it out. Is Crick smart or not?
I think he's pretty smart, right? Like he knows about boats and he knows about
I know
Like,
about those.
That means
lizard
no.
stuff.
So
Um,
I don't think that's a fair indicator on intelligence.
my grandfather said that everybody's smart in their own way. I don't know. I think that's.
Grandfather's wrong, but
I like that, Remy. I like that. Okay. Yeah, let's go with that. So yes, he is smart, but about different stuff.
Cool.
All right. Is Craig awake?
Eventually, yeah.
Okay.
Climb up the stairs onto the deck, get some fresh air. Got his belt with his little rapier. Got his cloak that Sogafa made of the hide of an akata. And he's ready to greet the day and swash some buckles.
Nice.
see,
I
think
will
he's
wake up-
smart because see how nice he dresses?
Yeah, you got a point there. He looks pretty fierce.
Yeah. And he
I'm
knows
gonna.
magic, so that's another point.
You just spend the whole
Magic.
morning debating everyone's smart point.
Well, we don't have to debate your smart points, Lashidya. It's
Yeah, Miss
everyone knows you're
Tutors.
smarter than us.
Tutelage. Was that the word she used? Tutelage. Okay, I'm gonna wake up Shaija.
Is that a disease?
Sounds like a
Eventually-
disease.
Eventually,
Should I
Poppet gets away from you and goes to like attend to Li Shijia to help her get dressed in the morning.
I was like, I'm definitely gonna wake up Li Shijia last because the last time we had to wake her up in a hurry, she was not very polite in the morning. So I'm a little scared.
Or the evening. Or the
Judge
afternoon.
Or the midday. Yeah, you're right.
What do we think Shaija is doing right now? What
Um,
would Shaija be doing?
Head in her hands. Why? Why did I leave my Kisi?
She's putting together her morning potions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's gathering seaweeds to see if she can make them into potions too.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
I like it. I think honestly Remy would probably be interested in joining her for that because Remy is also he has an herbalist background and he wants to become a bit of a healer in the future. And so I think he's probably following her and just watching and maybe every now and then just, oh, what does that one do? Oh, cool. Okay. And then just,
I
That's adorable.
Craig mumbles to Hannah, if he's gonna be a healer, think of all the malpractice suits he's gonna have to deal with.
oh my god.
I literally understood half that sentence.
I'm saying, as a healer, he could be a killer also by not succeeding in healing.
This is
He
true.
could be a bad healer.
So by that response, I'm a healer too. I'm just a really bad one.
Yes. You are an abysmal healer, Hannah.
Thank you. That's another title I have on my
Wait, does
hat.
that mean I'm the worst healer we have? I can't heal. I can do nothing but hurt people.
Jesus.
Even when, in order to heal yourself, you have to harm.
Direct
I'm gonna
quote.
grab all of these carbuncle corpses. Since Lashigia is like going to be teaching me about these, I want to like impress her before we get started. Which bone do you think in these carbuncles is the most magical?
Are these like
The
lobsters?
sharpest one?
So they look like
Don't
cute
worry.
little lizards, except they have these weird little like barnacle type things on their back, I think. Yeah. Give me a I don't know, give me an arcana check on them or like a
Occultism.
Occultism.
yeah, I feel like you could maybe justify that. Yeah.
Another
A
6.
6. I don't think you know. Does anybody else want to try and help Hannah with this?
The bones
Which-
are the most magical if you wear them.
What check is it?
Um,
Could I use lore sailing?
I don't think so. I don't think that would quite work.
I
You
don't know
have to-
anything about bones. Sorry.
You have to
It's
find the
over.
wishbone, and then when you break it, you get a wish.
I think Remy will try. Let's do
Can I do an untrained nature?
sure.
Oh, I did
Flash.
occultism. Also untrained.
Also 6.
Okay.
Hannah and Craig are looking for the bone that you can make the best kind of weapon out of, maybe.
No. These are just for rolling dice, like for bone rolling. It's gonna be my magic.
Could use the skull as bowls.
Okay. Remy looks at the carbuncle and then says, "Oh, yeah, I think that maybe the like part of the like some of the teeth, like the pointy teeth, they might work really well. I don't know, for some reason I just look at that and feel like there's some magic around the teeth. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, yeah. All right. And then he runs over to Sagafa and shows Sagafa his progress on his hat.
Oh, that's right.
Wow. I like these seaweeds you've added on here. That's a nice braid.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Is it actually that good?
Yeah, I think it's lovely. I think, 5-strand braids are no easy task. And I think if this is your first try at it, you're doing such a great job.
Oh, cool. Thanks. Then puts it on.
Yeah, styling.
Yeah.
I like that.
It like towers up and then kind of just like flops at the top a
It's
little
so
bit.
cute. This is 11 and 3/4-year-old in a giant hat.
Yeah. Let's see. Here's the character artwork for Remy. This is my little witch boy. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
The witchest of boys.
Yes.
So
Boyest
everyone,
of witches.
yeah, truly the boyest of witches. Everyone, Chloe has been patiently waiting for us to figure out how many votes everyone gets so that we can decide if we're gonna go meet Sir Gandry.
I mean, if we're doing this on intelligence, I
Remy
don't
gets
think I
at
get
least
a
2
vote.
votes because he figured out the bones.
Oh, let's go. Okay, so
Did
I'm like
Chloe
the
say
electoral
that?
college then? I'm just kidding.
Oh, no.
Sorry.
Remy's a swing vote.
Okay, so he will say, I think we should go see Chloe and maybe we can talk to Sir Gandry. But also, I guess time is kind of important, and maybe we have people chasing us. I don't know. And can we trust these people? I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't have 2 votes.
Shijia comes up from below deck. Why is Remy having 2 votes? What are we voting on?
We're doing it on intelligence, and you get 4.
That sounds about right. But what are we voting on?
Are we gonna go see Sir Gandry or not? Because Chloe says that he's interested to meet us.
Sir Gandry. I would like to point something out that Miss Hannah noticed earlier. How odd it was following Sir Gandry's dismissal or desertment, however you want to put it, how odd the reaction was afterwards. She pointed out that it could potentially have been a mole within their midst, and I wanted to ask you all what you thought of this idea. And considering that if we find it safe to go there anyway.
Not familiar with moles. We'd have to meet them to like kind of get a start on guessing their ancestries.
I know a lot about moles. They're really kind of pesky for the garden.
A spy.
Oh,
a betrayer.
No, spy. Okay.
Yes, a spy.
I remember
That's why
saying
you get 4 votes. Okay, so my vote, I only get 1. My vote definitely, I'm not smart. I have some wisdom. So
how are we measuring intelligence again?
Oh, just on a scale of 1 to 20, roughly.
20.
And
on a scale of 20,
10 if you wanted.
I think like 10 being a 0, and then like if you every 2 numbers you go up or down, you add like a point.
You get an extra vote.
Yeah, it's like a you might call it like a modifier or something.
I actually get negative votes, so whatever my opinion is, it goes into.
It goes the opposite direction.
Yeah.
This is so dumb.
I just think, I feel bad because the witches who were nice, which is rare. Those witches, they told us to go to the Whispering Marshes, and I don't know this Sir Gandry guy, and you said there might be a spy, and it just worries me a lot. So I kind of do just want to get Remy to where he's going, but if these folks can help us get there, because this is a big boat, then it might be worth it. But if they're with us, are we in more danger? I just don't know. So I vote for the Whispering Marshes because I'm nervous.
Everyone else?
If they're hiding in the woods and the Wilders of Karth are also in the woods, we could maneuver them in such a way to where they take care of the Wilders, and we can scamper up to the Whispering Marshes. So I kind of agree with Sogafa, but I also kind of want to see what we can do with these people, because as we found out, they've been kind of cooped up in the forest trying to hide. Maybe they want a little bit of justified bloodshed
Remy?
in the service of saving Remy.
Yes, Remy?
Okay, I had an idea that, this is a big ship, right? Like, there's a lot of people here, or not a lot of people here, and like it's a big ship. So maybe if we went to talk to them, we could convince some of them to come with us, and then like help us like take the ship.
You want to invoke a mutiny, Remy?
A what?
No, no. He just wants to see if we can get some more crewmates.
But if we're taking them from that person's captain, that's a mutiny.
He's not a captain if he's not on the ship anymore. Like he abandoned the ship.
Oh, so they're fair game.
Yeah.
Chloe said we could have the ship.
Does she have authorization of writ to transfer the title to us?
As far as we're concerned, absolutely. I don't know what that is,
suggested
but
stealing
yes.
it 24 hours ago. So no, this works out perfect for me. Yeah, let's take some of their most capable and willing, definitely willing. I know of other.
Only if they want to. Like,
yeah. I know ship crews that don't do the willing thing, and Hannah can just cut them in half.
Oh, maybe we shouldn't do that part. But I mean, if if they want to
They
come with
did
us,
flee
they...
for
We're
more.
gonna tie him up first. Remember that was the. Oh, sorry, Lashijia, you were in charge of
gosh.
that part.
No, go on. This is interesting. Go on.
Oh, well, what I was going to say is I sort of wanted to try being a captain again, so I didn't want to go get them, which means that we should go visit them because my votes are negative.
This is a very confusing system you've all
Okay,
built out.
but the topic
I
of
grew up in
discussion,
kingdoms.
the topic of discussion we're in is like your strong suit, Hannah. I think your negative should be flipped around. Those that don't know boat stuff
God.
should have the reverse number.
Lashijia, you have 4 votes. Where do they go? And don't split them half and half, okay? Because that's just going to be more confusing.
I see. Interesting. Well, I
And-
think that both options leave us much to be desired. We're lacking on a lot of very important information here. But should we choose to go on our own, as Sagatha and Craig have mentioned before, we are sorely lacking in crew members to be able to man this ship. So even if we go there, if we run into trouble later on, it will only be us who will be able to deal with it. And there's no knowing what will find us within the Whispering Wilds, if we're completely honest. That being said, Sir Gandry isn't the most trustworthy of individuals, so I say if we choose to go there, we should decide upon a code of conduct. So deciding what we can and cannot speak about, and having a goal once we go in. From what the conversation has gone on, it seems as if the goal is to find us crew members. Should there be not enough crew members, or should they be unwilling, we leave. And while we are there, I suggest that we do not mention our little friend here. And she gestures to Remy. He is my protege, and I am teaching him magics that I cannot bestow upon to others due to my station.
Well,
Remy.
why isn't... How about we make him Shija's protege? Because she's not a witch.
That will do as well. Unfortunately, I do believe I told Chloe that he was my protege. So unfortunately, in future, we will invoke that. I believe that's a much safer route to go. But for now, unfortunately, due to the circumstances, he is my protege for now.
His face lights up. He's like, yeah, I can do that.
My whole 5 and more sailing thinks that I could probably man this ship by myself. It's only like...
Do you think so, Miss Hannah?
Probably, yeah.
Give
How
me
sure
a-
are you?
Give me a check.
Oh, I got a 5 in lore sailing.
You think you could absolutely man this ship yourself?
I mean,
So, just to be clear, Hannah said she has a +5 to lore sailing.
no. I rolled a 5.
You rolled a 5? I thought you had a
I got a
+5.
2 plus
That's my
3.
bonus. Okay. I'll do a lore sailing to get a second opinion.
I can't believe you're double guessing me like this. I thought you said you trusted me in ship stuff.
You know what? Fair. He's a little follower, so yeah. If you want to be captain, I can be bosun. Remy, do you want to be in the crow's nest?
Oh, I mean, wherever you need me, I guess. But I think Lucigia should be captain, and then maybe everybody else should, like...
Oh no, the votes have gone to his head. Oh gosh.
Do I get the sense that Hannah can actually do this? Because if she can, Licia is totally fine with abandoning the planet and just letting Hannah run the ship.
Society.
Yeah.
Hannah, aren't you supposed to be a sailor?
Thank you.
Yeah, aren't you a sailor? I am.
Like I've only read your character sheet once. But I understand from the lore you told me that you're a sailor.
And that's when I rolled a 2.
Oh no.
12.
12. I'm gonna treat this as an opposed check. Actually, no, I don't think it falls into an opposed check category. Society. knowing what you know about ships, it would be very unlikely for one person to be able to manage this ship with just a crew of
Us.
four or
Just
five.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very difficult. However, I mean, Hannah could be a complete.
Brunette? Oh,
Maybe
What's
it's the
that?
mom.
nothing.
Hannah could be a.
Like a boat savant.
There we go. Thank you. And you don't know. I mean, if Hannah is as confident as she is saying she is right now, I mean, maybe. But you also know that this would be incredibly unlikely. Yeah.
Right. We'll keep that in our back pocket, Hannah. I would hate to find us in a terrible situation with our hands tied because we were putting so much of our hopes on you.
And maybe we won't get any help from those folks anyhow, so it might just be us.
And also
Oh,
that.
no,
Okay.
I'm completely agreeing because I think it's a good idea, and I have negative votes. You're still like,
We're saying the same thing.
And
Yeah.
Hannah, I mean, if a bunch of carbuncles come onto the ship again and like they bite you again, I mean, we don't want to only have you to also fight off the carbuncles and steer the ship. That would be a lot.
That's a
Sure, I
good
need to
point,
fight
Remy.
too,
You can
yeah.
have your votes back.
Thanks. Are we going to?
Okay.
I'm confused. Are we going to see them?
Okay, so we're gonna go see these folks. Remy is Lishij's protege, learning stuff, but he's not a witch. Because boys can't be witches. That would be ridiculous, right?
Real.
And
What would
then
you even call them?
the only word that's coming to mind is a cross between boy and witch. And
Exactly what I was thinking.
Which boy?
And I'm not
Yes.
yes. I'm not comfortable saying that in front of the 11-year-old. So we're gonna go do that and see if we can convince some folks, and then hope that we don't totally strike out, and that we're not walking into a trap, and then maybe go to our destination. Are we gonna say where our destination is? Is it Calafia?
Didn't we already say multiple times that we're going to the Whispering Marshes?
Yeah, we pretty much say it like, "Hello,
In
this
this
is all of our
conversation,
names."
yes. I will say that I mean I have been kind of assuming that Chloe, because she did walk away, has been standing a little far away, but I could be wrong.
Oh, I completely forgot she even visited. So
She
Good for
actually she
you.
walked away after she told you, and I think she probably would have said something like, "I'll be in my hut if you need me."
Right during the democracy discussion.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe she's tending to her flowers.
So do you find Chloe and then work your way over toward Sir Gandry? All right.
the DM in me knows that you probably set up a lot of information for this, so it's probably a good thing we're having this connection.
Either way works, actually. I think that slight going well, pulling back the curtain a little bit. I like to set up opportunities for players to explore, and anytime you explore, I also like to bring things that are relevant into the story into that exploration. But at the same time, if you don't want to explore, will always be opportunities to come across that information again in some other way. So, yeah, I mean, you do what you want. Please don't feel like in a homebrew campaign like you're railroaded at all. Yeah. Okay. You work your way through
So-
the jungle. Oh, go ahead.
We're going to get the entire village registered to vote, and then we can head out and find someone to count the votes. I'll shut up now.
And
You go to the forest.
it's not
I'm
at all
sorry.
problematic that we make them take a test at the poll
Mm-mm, not at all.
to determine whether or not they have the right to vote.
Right.
We're
Not
gonna split the
problematic at all.
village into like weird little sections, and then they're all gonna.
Within the same hut too. Like we're gonna get real particular about this.
Down the middle.
Moderates. Sorry, I'm done.
You're good. You work your way through the village, walk over to the hut. You meet with Chloe and Mark and their daughter, and they all offer to walk you over to meet Sir Gandry. The little girl is excited. She's very excited that she gets to go see Uncle, is who she calls him. We get to go see Uncle. We get to go see Uncle, and she's very excited. And the Chloe and Mark, they lead the way. You're walking through the jungle for around 30 to 40 minutes. It's quite thick underbrush. The area is difficult terrain. You are moving slowly, or slower than you would move on a regular road, and it's well hidden. Like, where you're going clearly is not somewhere that anybody would just try to find, like, unless they knew exactly where it was. And you can see Chloe, like, looking for signs as she's walking through the woods. She'll walk a little bit, she'll see a tree, and you'll maybe catch her eyes look to the right, look at a specific branch, and then she'll turn to the left, and she'll walk to the left, and she'll go for a little bit longer, and maybe look at a large root that sticks out of the ground, and then at that point, she'll switch directions and continue walking forward. She definitely knows the way, and she knows the way based off of landmarks that she has found. What's up, Jenna?
Can Lishija hang around the back and cast I think it's no direction or find direction, but the one that points to north, it's sort of
Yes.
just to keep a track of where we're going.
Absolutely. Yeah. And if we get back to survival checks in the future, if that comes into play, then we can make sure that factors into that. You're walking through the woods, 30 to 40 minutes pass, and you arrive at what appears to be a little... I think you would recognize it somewhat as a village, built into the hillside of a large hill. And it's like it's almost as if you're in a canyon. Like you walk down a slope for 30 to 40 minutes, very gradual slope. And then Inklander says, "Is it the Shire?" Not quite the Shire. And you walk down the slope for about 30, 40 minutes, very slight slope, and then you realize that you've been walking toward a hillside that's very steep and stretches up fairly far. And you also notice that there are little huts built into the hillside. And there's some caves here and there that seem to have been fashioned into homes. And a very large gnoll walks out from one of the caves. He's dressed in a like casual clothing. He has a tunic on, just like standard tunic and trousers, neutral colors, and then he has a very impressive cloak that trails off of his shoulders and kind of veers off to the left. It's as if the cloak has been ripped from the right side down to the left, so there's a diagonal angle at the or a diagonal cut in the cloak, and It is, I mean, he's an impressive looking person. He's got massive, broad shoulders, fur all over his body. He has this snarling looking snout that has these, I mean, threatening looking teeth that kind of peek out from underneath the, or from his lower jaw. And he almost has like a mohawk of sorts from his forehead down to like the nape of his neck. It's not quite what you would expect with a like a punk rock mohawk, but it's more like it's just natural fur, right? And it just extends off of the back of his head and down the back of his neck, or the front of his head down the back of his neck. And he has tufts of fur that are kind of poofing out from all over his body, and his tail is very it's large and very fluffy as well. I mean, he's an impressive sight. He's kind of hunched over a little bit, like how a hyena might be, and he looks at all of you and says, "Ah, the travelers. Welcome to my little village. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Sir Gandry."
Oh, that's Sir Gandry.
It's good to meet you, sir. Sir? Do you just say it once?
You can call me Gandry. My full name is much longer.
Okay, you're really tall.
Oh, thank you. It's probably around 6 to 7 feet tall. Imagine kind of the Beast from Beauty and the Beast, except
Okay.
hyena.
Oh.
I literally was about to paste a picture of the hyena from Lion King who has that little mohawk thing. I never remember any of the hyenas' names, but okay.
You know, that's the idea, though, right? He's an impressive sight, and he's bipedal, so walking on 2 legs, and he is walking out to greet you. And he greets Chloe. The little girl runs up to him, and he gives her a hug. Oh, you've gotten so big since last I've seen you. It's only been maybe a month. And he picks her up and kind of holds her with one arm as he addresses all of you. How may I help you?
Everyone looks at Lishija.
Yeah.
God, sorry, the music got really loud and it distracted me.
Sorry.
You're good. Sir Gandry, it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much for allowing us to visit you in your home here. My name is Li Shijia. I am a witch. And these are my companions, and I gesture for you all to introduce yourself because that's polite.
Oh, I'm Remy. I'm her protege. Is that the right word?
Yes.
I can never remember if that. Okay, cool. Yeah, I train under her.
I'm Sogafra. I'm just here to do magic.
I'm Hannah the Liar. Did I cross paths with you like 6 years ago in the Flay Brush?
Oh, that's a difficult question for me to answer. But if we did, I hope it was on good terms.
Can I perception his reaction to that?
Yeah.
13.
Neutral. He was. It seems neutral, at least.
Got it.
No, the knoll I had on my crew was much shorter.
Well, welcome.
Yeah. Welcome. You did good work out there till...
With that, please come inside. He invites all of you into the cave. As if he knew like what you were gonna say, and he like really didn't want you to say it.
Oh boy. Okay.
A couple catfolk meet you. A human, a let's see. I think you would see catfolk, human, and gnolls primarily. They all greet you and say hello to you and welcome you in. The cave seems to go back fairly far. It seems to be deep, but it also doesn't seem to be like expansive. Like it doesn't go out and branch into many different tunnels. There may be a couple offshoots here and there, but it's mostly just one long tunnel straight down. Um, and as you walk down the tunnel, there are different people hanging out inside of the tunnel. This looks to be kind of a like community gathering place. There are different torches that are set up, and uh, there are people just kind of going about their daily business. Like, I think you'd probably estimate maybe 30 total people in this entire community. And you'd probably see as you're walking down, like maybe one person walked down the cave and then walked back the other direction. So it's not like you're seeing tons of new faces, but it's just there's lots of activity. People are walking around, interacting with each other, and greeting you as you walk in.
What sort of shape do they look in? Malnourished or anything like that?
They seem relatively healthy. They are. It kind of looks like they've made a life for themselves here, more or less. I mean, yeah, they have a community here.
Okay, then that kind of leads into another thing Craig has been silent about, but is still on his mind. Are there fish bones lying around?
Fish bones. Good
Yeah.
question. Give me a perception check.
Yep. What's a fish?
What's a fish?
Okay.
You suddenly forget that fishes exist. No. Yeah, I don't think you see anything.
You're
Fair.
distracted. It's a weird place.
It's a weird place.
It is a weird
Or they
place.
keep it very clean.
Sure.
I would say they probably don't keep it super clean, actually.
So it's hard to find the fish bones because they're real small.
There you go.
Yeah. We sit around a table.
Yeah, I would think so. There's a table kind of toward the back of the cave, and yeah.
Sir Gandry.
Oh yes. What may I do for you?
Well, first of all, thank you for seeing us on such short notice. I'm sure you don't have very many visitors here, and
Oh,
I
that's
want
the
to say
idea.
on behalf of all of us, thank you for welcoming us so warmly. Another thing we would like to mention is we were wondering, and apologies for not lingering on the pleasantries a bit longer. We've been on this island, on this area of land a bit longer than we were hoping. And we were recently told that we've recently come across a ship. However, we do not have enough crewmen to man it. And we were wondering if there are any among your folk who'd be willing to help us man this ship on our journey.
Mm-hmm. Well, Chloe mentioned the Bonito.
Yes. Your ship, yes.
Yes. Was my ship.
She kind of gave it to us, though.
That is her right to do. It's no longer my ship. I gave it to their family. I realize they can't really crew it, but to have it out of my hands is, well, it makes me feel safer.
So do you think that it's dangerous to use the boat? The Bonito?
Well, I think it would be dangerous for me to use the boat. What do you know about Saga Gesa? And what do you know about the Lustral?
Enough.
Witches here are nice. Except, well, yeah, she's kind of nice, I guess.
Saga Gaze is mostly jungle.
What was that, Gwen?
Saga Gaze is mostly jungle. That's what I know. And
That's...
Celestial War was lizard folk and no?
You're a bright one. Yes.
Oh, no. Thank you, though.
Yes, Sagagesa being the jungle that it is an excellent hiding place for me. Lishigia, I believe that was your name, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
You seem to be a learned individual. Is my assumption correct?
It is.
She's 4 votes worth.
The Lustral War was a difficult time for me. I spent most of it chained up underneath Frosk. But I managed to make myself a future, join the human kingdoms, and save many people. Unfortunately, I can't go back and face my mistakes. While I was instrumental in bringing refugees back home from Laybrush, a war-torn continent, I was also instrumental in the demise of some of those refugees who trusted me.
We are aware, yes.
This ship is a tainted vessel to me. I do not want it. I do not want to be in control of this ship. I do not want to be stationed on this ship. I do not want to go back to the human kingdoms.
That seems fair.
They sort of did you dirty.
I think I was the one who made the mistake there. But I appreciate your confidence. The ship is yours if you would like it. If any of my crew are willing to take the vessel with you and sail with you, I would not stop them. I would fully encourage them to live their own lives, but I don't really know if that ship is for me anymore. So please, it is all yours.
Last night when I was on watch with Craig, what I'd wanted to do is I wanted to toss fortunes. I wanted to cast them. And the thing I wanted to ask is, I guess this is an occultism roll, but I would have pulled out my box and I would have tried to commune with Kexen.
Okay.
And the thing I wanted to ask was did Gandry deserve what he got?
Oh. What do you mean by what he got?
Was the fact that he was so vehemently detested following his one single mistake and act of justice some kind of punishment that came from before, or was it something that befell him that he did not deserve, that there were more things afoot that he was not aware of?
Okay, so let's go back in time to last night a little bit. Let's roleplay this out. So as you have this moment,
Craig is there.
Oh, Craig is there. Okay.
Because we both are on watch. You're watching me do this.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Watching,
so
tying rope. I gathered some seaweed and I'm using it to make a version of hempen rope.
Mm-hmm.
And while she's doing this, Craig's like, so over under, over under, repeat.
So as you First off, explain to the viewers, to the listeners, who is Kexun?
Kexun is Li Shijia's patron god that gives her powers. He presides over the domain of justice. And he is represented by a well-clothed man who is half skeleton and half a person. And you see as Li Shijia pulls out her, like, she has like stones that she throws. And then as she throws them, how they land kind of shows her yes or no. And as she does this, you notice that like her dress is cut in half. And the half that's dark, you start to see bones on it.
And as you commune with Kexun, a series of visions kind of enters your mind. Krieg, you probably wouldn't notice much else other than maybe Lishigia she throws her stones, and you might see a faint outline of that skeleton that she's mentioning on her clothes, but I think even for you that would be difficult to notice.
Do you want me to do a perception?
Absolutely. It's there, but it's faint for you. I think for Lishigia, it's strong. It's something that you see very clearly. What was
I got
yours?
an 18.
An 18. You do see that as she throws her stones, there seems to be an outline of a skeletal, an outline of a skeleton across one side of her body. Am I saying that correctly, Jenna?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
Can I? Sorry. Would not my patron deity by any means, but could or would I have any reason to think that a society check would give me any insight, or is this like so far beyond? I'm cool with it being that, but
you could give me religion if you wanted to.
it's a flat check. Why not?
Yeah. 18.
Oh wow,
Ooh.
18.
Hell yeah.
Who's meant to know?
Meant to know.
Yeah, as you look closer at Lishigia as she's meditating on this and communing with her patron, you recognize the half and half symbolism, half and half visual, as something that is very representative of Kexun. And I think you would probably know enough to at least ask her later if she was communing with Kexun.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. As you throw your stones, this skeleton lights up across the side of your body for you. And in your mind, I mean, you're looking at your hands, you can see very clearly your hand, your arm is just as it would be in Kexun's image. And you hear a whistle in the wind over the water. And I think you would recognize it as one of the signals that Kexun uses to communicate with you. And I think you have a habit now, after doing this so much, of recognizing when things are in the positive and when things are in the negative. So a certain whistle whooshing across the water might end in a whoosh, an upswing. You'd be like, okay, that's a yes to my question, or that's a positive. And then if it ends in the whoosh ends in a downswing or a crash against something else, then you might think that is a negative, a no. Remind me your question again.
Did Gandry deserve to be betrayed?
And you hear, as soon as that thought enters your mind, a whoosh of wind, starting out farther away from the ship, coming toward you, and it crashes against the side of the ship. And the ship rocks slightly. And your bones on the side of your body that is illuminated in skeletal, like black light almost, they go dark for a moment, which you would also be able to recognize as the negative. So you would think, no, Gandry did not deserve to be thrust out, to be treated poorly by those who, I mean, this was an honest mistake, it seems.
Okay.
Yeah.
Real quick, back to the present. I pull open my fan and I pretend I'm like just coquettishly fanning myself, but I speak to it and I send a message to Gandry that says, "May we speak to you in private? We believe someone here has betrayed you."
Oh, goodness. Please.
Do we send can he send the cats away or whatever?
So, he says yes, please, and then stands up, kind of looks at one of the cat folk, says, if you wouldn't, or if you would excuse us, please, we would like some time to just speak alone. And the cat folk nod and, oh, okay, ha ha ha, and they walk off. And the cave kind of empties out. Seems that people are leaving to go outside into the jungle and spend time out there. Yes.
Thank you, Sir Gandry. That was much appreciated. As mentioned before, we do believe one of you has betrayed you in some way to cause you this much harm. Although we ask of your assistance we ask for crew members to assist us. I'm concerned about who comes with us because we have our own tail as well on us, unfortunately. And we would hate to have a second.
The tail that follows you. Are these perhaps the rangers that seek out witches?
How would our answer affect yours?
I wish to protect. I've always wished to protect. I've always looked to help. I am concerned for anyone who's being chased down by these rangers who have very little regard for the community that surrounds them.
Yes, we are being chased. Unfortunately, at this point in time, we do not feel safe divulging much more. We hope you understand.
Yes,
Thank you.
Of course. I also have something that I would like to share. And we'll call it at that for tonight's session.
We did it, folks.
We did it.
Gandry's like, I am the head ranger. He pulls out
I
a
was,
gun.
yeah, that was my first thought. Yeah.
And with that, thank you for watching. We appreciate you being here tonight.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
We're gonna call it a night. It's 7:59. I can't share it.
No, it's good.
Consider instituting our personal form of democracy in your own life. Call all of your friends stupid.
And if we can streamline that process, we can get to more of the actual story next time. No promises. Because Krieg needs to find out who in the party has a tail.
It's true.
Someone has a tail.
Would love to have a tail.
Sorry.
A tale of the witch.
Wow.
Thanks, everyone.
That was good. Yeah,
Okay.
that's good.
Wonderful night. Good night, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Everyone.